Good morning. How are you today? Um, this week we're going to talk a little bit about making mistakes. Um, Everybody makes mistakes, and so our lesson this week is going to really be focusing on making mistakes. So to start off this week, I have a few questions for you. Three questions for you to kind of think about. My first question is, what is a mistake? What do you really think that a mistake is? I want you to think about that for just a little bit. My next question this morning is, when have you made a mistake? Have you ever made a mistake? So think back. Think back, when have you ever made a mistake? And my last question is, what happened when you made that mistake, and how did you feel? If you could describe how you felt when you made a mistake, how did you feel? Okay, so mistakes, what are they? Are they good or are they bad? What do you really think about them? I have like a little social story here that we're going to kind of go through today for our lesson and talk a little bit about making mistakes. Are they good? Are they bad? Why, why is it important to maybe make a mistake? Or what do we do when we make a mistake? So the first thing that I want you to really know and really think about is the fact that it's okay to make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. Kids make mistakes, adults make mistakes. When we were in school, our teachers, our parents, celebrities, movie stars, sports stars, everybody makes mistakes. We are all human beings, and all humans make mistakes, and it's okay. The best thing about a mistake is that it helps us to learn. We can, what we say, learn from our mistakes. Mistakes are able to give us an opportunity to learn how to do something better, to do something different, to do something in a different way, faster, slower, maybe making whatever kind of change we need to change after we make that mistake, and we can learn from that mistake. Just knowing that it's okay to make mistakes. Mistakes teach us, this time I did this action, or this is what I have done. Now I've made a mistake. But what the best thing about a mistake is, the mistakes teach us maybe what not to do the next time. We can learn from what we've done, and we can change maybe the reaction. We can change the solution. And by changing either maybe that reaction of how we reacted, or even making a new solution and problem solving through it, we can learn from our mistakes, and we can do that, and we can make it better the next time. Maybe not making that mistake again, and learning from that mistake and solving it the correct way the next time, possibly. Now, there are some mistakes that we have in our life that we should not repeat, or we should not continue to do again. One of those big mistakes is if we have hurt someone. If you have made a mistake and it has caused some hurt or some harm to somebody else, that's not something that we would want to have happen again. When we make a mistake ourselves, and if it affects somebody else, we really want to try to not make that mistake again. And in that same thinking, if that mistake has hurt yourself, if it has hurt you, we don't want to have that happen. Mistakes shouldn't be causing us any kind of pain, any kind of anger. It shouldn't be any kind of thing that maybe is dangerous or that's going to hurt us or hurt somebody else. Those are mistakes that we do not want to have happen again. After making a mistake, you may need to go back and you may need to do a few things. You may need to go back and you may need to fix it. Maybe you need to go back and you need to accept what has happened, and then you need to maybe move on. Maybe you have been in a situation and you've made this mistake, and maybe you need to make an apology to someone. If in that situation you did hurt yourself or hurt somebody else, hurt their feelings, made them feel bad, you need to take a little responsibility for that mistake. Maybe going back and apologizing to them, telling them that you're sorry, telling them that It was a mistake. It didn't mean to happen. And I'm truly sorry for that happening. We do learn from our mistakes, and we do all make mistakes, but it's still important to acknowledge that we've made that mistake. It's still important to know that, you know what, I realize I made a mistake. I'm sorry that I made that mistake. And this is me apologizing for maybe causing you hurt, harm, danger, hurting your feelings, whatever maybe was the consequence of making that mistake. Always do remember, it's okay to make mistakes. Sometimes we do end up feeling upset about making a mistake. Maybe we get down on ourselves. Maybe we're upset because, I made that mistake before and I still made it again. Or maybe it's something that you're working on and a goal that you have, or you're really trying to make a change maybe in your life and you made a mistake. It's okay. Always remember, it's okay. But we are human. We start to get down. Maybe we feel bad. We feel upset. We're a little angry. Maybe feeling a little uptight about things. There's a few things that you can kind of do. Some things to kind of help you through those feelings and understanding maybe why you're feeling that way and how we can help to make a change to those feelings. Always make sure you stay calm. We all make mistakes and it's okay. So we just want to make sure we stay calm. Maybe sit back, take a few deep breaths. Just a few minutes to yourself, taking a deep breath, relaxing, and calming down will help out a lot. Maybe you could go for a walk. You've got a little time, you just need to kind of get away. You're feeling upset, go for a little walk. Kind of get your mind off of things. Think about your surroundings, where you are, if it's sunny, if it's a beautiful day, you find some pretty flowers, take a walk, get your mind moving, and stop focusing maybe on just what that mistake was. Think about something that makes you happy. We all have a happy place, we all have happy thoughts, we all have happy things in our life. Think about the happy. Focus on that happy. What's going to make you feel happy? Find that and remember that. Maybe you need to talk to somebody. Talk to a friend. Talk to staff. Talk to family. Talk to an adult that you trust. Talk to a person that you trust. Talk it out. Sometimes you just have to talk things through. A lot of people that we get upset, uptight, we want to do something. Keeping our hands busy, using a sensory kind of item, a tool, something that is going to bring about our senses and our sensory tools to help us get through something. Use that. Use those calming techniques that you know. If you need to play with a squishy ball, if you need to people have fidget spinners, if you need to use that, if you need to have something just to squeeze, some putty, some worry stones, anything that you have in your toolbox of sensory items, use those. Use those to help you calm down, take a step back, and kind of work through those feelings. Kind of going back to our couple of last lessons, use positive self-talk. Talk to yourself if you need to. Remind yourself that it's okay to make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. And remind yourself it's going to be okay. Talk to yourself. Use positive self-talk. If you're struggling finding maybe a happy place or something that makes you happy, talk to yourself. Remind yourself that things will be okay. Everybody makes mistakes. And to help yourself to calm down. So we want to remember, giving ourselves that opportunity to learn, to move on, those mistakes, everybody makes them. But what can we learn from those mistakes? There's something that we can do to get us through whatever we're going through to make that mistake and to get a little bit more learning and a better opportunity out of it. Before we kind of talk a little bit about that, I have a couple questions I want you to know, or want you to kind of think about. Our first question is, we talked about these mistakes and things that or how mistakes can make us feel. Maybe we feel a little anxious, maybe we feel a little uptight, upset, and we can find ways to kind of work through that. So when you do make a mistake, how do you feel? What do you feel on the inside? How does making a mistake make you feel? Really think about that. If you want to share with somebody that's with you right now, pause the video, take a little time to do that. But kind of reflect. How do you feel when you do make a mistake? When you make a mistake, what do you do to calm down? What do you use to help yourself get through it? What do you use as maybe some calming strategies, some calming techniques? How do you help yourself with that? Think about that as well. Again, you can pause the video, talk to yourself about it, think about it, talk to somebody that's with you, kind of share some of those ideas. But what do you do when you feel upset, and how do you help calm yourself down? Okay, let's think about how we can learn from those mistakes that we make. Think about a mistake. So let's say that you are in the kitchen and you're getting something out to drink, and you forget to put the cap back on the bottle, and it spills. How can you learn from that mistake? What are you going to do? Maybe next time, make sure that you put that lid on. I don't know about you, but I do it all the time. I always forget to put a lid on something, and then I knock it over or forget where it's at, and then I'm looking for it, or I drop the lid and can't find the lid. But what will you do? It's a simple mistake. Lots of people do it. How can you fix that mistake? Something else to learn from. You left the window open. Maybe you left a car window open, your bedroom window open, some window. You left it open. It rains, and your stuff got wet. That is something that happens to me in my car a lot. I want to make sure I got some air moving through there. I'll open my window. Next thing I know, it clouds up outside, and my car is wet. What do you do? It's a simple mistake. It happens all the time. Now, I don't open my windows very often. Only if I'm in my vehicle, if I'm driving, then my window is open. I kind of learned from that mistake of having to clean a lot of things out. What about if you don't pick your stuff up? You didn't pick anything up, you stepped on your stuff, it was on the floor, and now it broke. How can you learn from that mistake? Making sure maybe you pick your things up. If it's picked up, you won't step on it. You won't have to worry about it getting broken. You're upset. You were feeling angry one day. You yell at your mom. You just let everything out and took it all out on her. And now she is sad. How are you going to fix that situation? How are you going to fix that mistake? We make a lot of mistakes. Every day. Every one of us makes a lot of mistakes. But it's okay. We all make mistakes, and we all just have to learn from them. Maybe you have a few mistakes. You misspell a friend's name on a party invitation. Simple. Don't stress about it. Don't worry about it. Make a new invitation. Use whiteout. I've got oodles of whiteout here if you need to borrow some. White it out. Rewrite it. Maybe you were talking to somebody and you mispronounce a word. Oh, if you've listened, go back and listen to this video, you can catch all my mistakes as I mispronounce things. Maybe you spill something. You spill a glass of water on the floor. Maybe you just need to make sure that you have it clean up. You told somebody that you were going to hang out with them and then you can't. Maybe one day you couldn't find your matching socks, so you ended up wearing one blue sock and one black sock. It's a mistake. It's okay. We all make them. So I think the main thing I want you to do is to really stop and think about, what are mistakes, how do they make you feel, and what do you do to work through them? Always remember, everybody makes mistakes. It is okay. Think about it. Talk about it. I will see you sometime throughout the week. We can go through it again. But I will let you go. Have a great time, and I will see you soon. Bye.